Will you cool it with the noise, Perry the Platypus? I've got a splitting headache.
Welcome to MsMojo. Today, we're counting down our picks for the best subtleties in Phineas and Ferb that you have to be on the older side to catch.
But it's not what you think. We're not enemies. We're just bad friends.
Number 10. Buford's Home Life. At the show's start, Buford is the local aggressor, feared by all the town's kids, most notably Baljeet. Later on, however, in the episode where he loses his goldfish, we get a more nuanced look at his character.
I lost Biff!
You mean your goldfish?
Yes!
The storyline sheds a lot of light on Buford's situation, his loneliness, and how he came to be a bully. There are other hints of his troubled home environment throughout the rest of the show too, like that one throwaway line about why his voice is so gruff.
It's me, Buford! And my voice isn't horrible, it's raspy! You gotta spend hours screaming in a closet to get it like this!
In the thumb wrestling episode, the announcer outright says he's from a broken home. To kids, these may sound like simple jokes, but to adults, it's evidence of something much more serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's from a broken home. His hobby is breaking bones. Buford, the bully!
Number 9. Naughty Nectar. Doofenshmirtz makes new evil devices at a phenomenally high rate. In the Season 2 Christmas special, he cooks up what is perhaps his most innuendo-filled invention, the Naughtyinator.
Now, Perry the Platypus, behold, the Naughtyinator! When activated, the naughty nectar in these giant glass cylinders will create a massive charged cloud of pure naughtiness!
What does it do? Its purpose is to spray naughty nectar over the tri-state area, covering it and its population in a cloud of naughtiness. That way, Santa will receive reports that all the children were naughty, and Christmas will be cancelled.
What have we here? Ooh, Tusk.
Hello, Blaine. Oh, what have you there?
A bunch of last-minute naughties.
As a child, this went over all of our heads, and we took the plot pretty literally. As grown-ups, it's baffling how this level of innuendo made the cut, especially considering the design of the naughty nectar.
'Tis the season to be naughty!
Number 8. No permits.
Yes, you seem a little green to be controlling this machinery.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
One of the show's best aspects is all the wild and wacky inventions, all made in the titular characters' backyard. One running joke is the contractors who provide the resources constantly pointing out how young the builders are.
Aren't you a little young to build a roller coaster?
Yes, I am.
Well, I must say that I'm really quite impressed. But all your permits are in order. Don't forget the bricks and mortar. And if you need a power loader, be my guest.
Something a grown-up might catch is that we never see the contractors ask for proper permits. We know the kids are aged somewhere between 7 and 12, and the age for criminal responsibility in America is 11 on a federal level. So maybe they think they're exempt from the law. Alternatively, since they live in a tri-state area, proper permits could be a nightmare to acquire. Maybe the contractors just can't be bothered checking. Or most perplexing of all, maybe Phineas and Ferb did manage to get proper permits for everything they do, which, even by cartoon standards, seems implausible.
How dare you do all this without permission?
But all our building permits are in order.
I mean, my permission.
Number 7. Oruranus. In the episode The Innator Method, the gang builds a model solar system, then races in all the planets. As we know, it's pretty easy to joke about a certain planet's name. This ice giant is the butt of all solar system jokes.
All right, racers, status check.
Check. Uranus, check.
In order to avoid any phone calls from parents or opportunities from double entendres, the writers came up with a clever solution. Buford deliberately mispronounces the word, something Baljeet calls out. The response that follows might just be one of the show's most well-written jokes.
Buford, that is not how it is pronounced.
It is on this channel.
Maybe in the future, astronomers will finally solve the issue and name the planet something sensible like Futurama predicted.
What's it called now? Your rectum. Here, let me locate it for you.
Number 6. Doofenshmirtz and Vanessa. A number of Doof schemes end with him trauma dumping on Perry. One of the character's central themes is how he copes with his awful childhood.
Oh, how cute. But where's Mom?
She didn't, show up for the birth.
We can see this through his interactions with his daughter Vanessa. His evil villain persona is all but shattered, and he goes into 100% dad mode. Trademark.
My first ever swim meet, you stepped on the other team's feet.
He puts remarkable effort into his relationship with her, always going to lengths to try to make her happy. For kids watching, the juxtaposition is funny. To adults, we recognize that his dedication and protectiveness obviously stems from his own abysmal childhood and his efforts to break the trauma cycle.
Maybe you're not so bad a dad, not so bad a dad after all.
Number 5. The bear saying. Does a bear defecate in the forests? Well, it depends on the type. A grizzly bear sure does, but not a polar bear. Nitpicks aside, all adults are familiar with the somewhat crude saying, and it gets referenced in the Wizard of Oz themed episode. During Jeremy's song Tree-Related Wish, there's a cheeky shot of a bear peacefully doing his business in his natural habitat.
It's my tree-related wish. I'll tell you what it is when we get to bus stop
The joke comes full circle in the episode's end credits when we revisit the bear who confirms the old saying with a variation of one of the show's most recurring catchphrases.
Yes, I do.
Number 4. Thwarty Call. Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus have a unique bond.
Perry the Platypus, there's no one else here.
Despite being nemesis on the surface, the friendship they have is undeniable. So when Perry finds Doof being thwarted by another secret agent, it very much gives cheater caught in the act vibes.
Perry the Platypus, I swear I've never seen this secret agent-looking panda before.
While that situation is resolved by the episode's end, Season 4 revisited Doof's relationship with Peter the Panda, and Doof defines it rather unambiguously. There's no way the joke registers with children, but adults are left to do their best spit take.
Peter the Panda is not your nemesis.
You're right. He's not even my nemesis. He's more of a thwarty call.
Number 3. Big Fingers. In the episode Out to Lunch, we get one of Doofenshmirtz's classic flashbacks. This one is accompanied by a particularly mature implication. As a teen, Doofenshmirtz was great at doing hand shadow puppets.
See, during my teen years, I was very adept at hand shadows.
He was trying to impress a girl with his talents, and it seemed to be going well until a guy with, quote, bigger fingers came along. Despite Huge Hands Hans being terrible at shadow puppets, the girl ultimately chose him over Doof.
But unfortunately, it was good enough for my Fräulein. I lost her to a boy with bigger fingers.
It's a development that takes on a new meaning when you rewatch as an adult. Number 2. Rocky Horror references. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is an extremely acclaimed musical comedy horror written by Jim Sharman and Richard O'Brien, released in cinemas in 1975.
Let's do the Time Warp again!
O'Brien also played the character Riff Raff in the movie, and would later go on to voice Lawrence Fletcher, Phineas and Ferb's dad. This gave the writers the perfect excuse to jam a bunch of references to the musical into their children's show, despite their target audience being way too young to pick up on them. One of the best illusions has to be when Lawrence is obviously watching the film, but is entirely confused by the concept.
Well, this isn't much of a horror movie. Where are the rock and roll musical numbers?
Another is that bit in Night of the Living Pharmacists, when the characters are all saying each other's name. It's almost beat for beat, right down to Ferb's silent look.
Candace?
Phineas! Candace! Isabella! Ferb!
Candace!
Phineas! Candace! Isabella!
Ferb!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Therapist Perry. Phineas and Ferb, the movie Across the Second Dimension, showed us that Doof does have it in him to win. With a different set of circumstances, he could have ruled the tri-state area. In the show's reality, though, he's consistently thwarted by Perry.
Thwart me, Perry the Platypus.
As a child, you think he's incompetent, but after growing up, it looks more like a cry for help. Doof has lived a lonely life, and the person he's closest to is Perry.
One Dutch, two Dutch, queens of the double Dutch. We skip better than you by that much.
He isn't genuine about his evil ambitions, and they start to seem more like a cry for help. His fights with Perry feel more like therapy sessions than anything. They are ultimately successful, with Doof turning to the light by the end of the 4th season.
Try to be a good guy.
A good guy? Me? I could be... Well, I guess I could. I could be a do-gooder, doing good.
Were there any hilariously mature jokes you noticed in Phineas and Ferb? Let us know in the comments below.
We're breaking up. Let me call you on a landline. So, just to recap, sky, weather, rain, Doofenshmirtz.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.